Hi, everybody, and welcome to today's session. My name is Justin Crowley here with Forcepoint, and we're going to cover the Forcepoint CASB feature set here. With our CASB solution, we're considered a multi-mode CASB. There's different ways to be deployed. We can be in line with agents, or we can be agentless as well for your personal devices. And we also have API control, meaning we can control your data while it's at rest, right? And through all of that, we can apply your DLP anywhere, essentially. So we can have your DLP policy spread across all of your cloud apps and all of your users, as well as malware protection through our ATP solution. One of the big features that I'm going to discuss today is our agentless technology. And what that means is we can now protect your personal devices, right? So if a user's on a personal computer working from home, how do I secure their access to my cloud apps? How do I apply that DLP policy? With a hybrid workforce, we have users coming back to the office, but we still have users working remotely. So again, how do I have that consistent policy? And you can have that with Forcepoint CASB. As you can see on my screen here, right, we're going to use Google Workspace as the example, right? I can have rules set for the executives, right? Maybe I want to have my risky users, right? So my executives, high profile users, I want to apply certain policy to them, right? I then say, my IT team, my engineering, my enablement, my partners, right? Regardless of the group, I can now apply certain policy depending on where they are, right? You can see my access method, location. Maybe if I'm at the head office on a corporate device, I get policy X. But as soon as I take my laptop and I go home, so I'm outside the confines of my headquarters, well, now my policy is going to be a little bit more secure, right? Or maybe my corporate device has crashed, so I have to use a personal computer, right? Well, hey, my policy is still going to allow me access to the application, but now my DLP anywhere is going to be a little bit more strict. Maybe I can't access those financial documents or those credit card files from a personal device. So in this case, I'm going to jump into Google Drive, for example. So I'm on a personal device, no agents running here. Let's pretend my corporate device just crashed this morning and I have to run a presentation. So without any agents, Forcepoint is now able to secure access to my cloud apps. So I'm going to go ahead here and log into my Google Drive. And you'll notice that I'm redirected to Okta, right? So that's one of the integrations that we have here. So Forcepoint One has a built-in identity protection, right? So we can have all of my users and groups exist or be created within the platform itself, or we can integrate with your existing ecosystem, right? So if you're already running Ping, Duo, Okta, you name it, we can still integrate. So if a customer says, hey, Justin, you know what? I don't want to reinvent the wheel. My users, my thousands of users are already in Okta. I don't want to have to recreate that into Forcepoint One. Well, you don't have to. We can now integrate with that solution. So in this case, my users are usually, they're used to being sent over to Okta. So this is nothing new to them. But as soon as I enter my credentials into Okta, Okta says, hey, great, Justin's good to go. My credentials are sent to Forcepoint One. And now that's validated. Now I have access to my cloud application. You notice that my URL has changed in the top here, right? So this is our agentless technology coming into play. So now from a personal unmanaged, right? This is not a corporate device. I now have access to my cloud app, right? So that's great. Access control is done. But as I said earlier, what about DLP anywhere? I'm now on a personal device. What's stopping me from exfiltrating a bunch of data from my Google Cloud? Well, now I can apply my DLP. Remember earlier I said, hey, regardless of the user, regardless of the device, I can now apply DLP. So now if I try to download that credit card file onto my personal device, we can go ahead and block that, right? You can see here my policy credit card has now been able to block that file. So now it's logged, been sent to a SIM, been sent to my SOC, whatever it may be, to say, hey, you know what, this user at this time of the day in this application, try to download this file and we blocked it, right? So that's how we can now do our DLP anywhere, right? So I was able to showcase that, hey, I have my remote users, my hybrid workforce. Just has now left the office. He's on a personal device. Well, I still want him to do his job. I don't want to block him from doing his job, but now I can restrict it based on the data. So there's nothing wrong with Justin accessing his Google Cloud, right? But now I'm able to apply that DLP anywhere. So thank you everybody for your time. If you need any more information, head to the Forcepoint website and enjoy the rest of your day.